enjoy the show, guys. Sorry, guys, I got my computer on, Dota. Yes, guys, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Now, guys, there's a lot of talk about, in the dating world, there's a lot of talk about taking someone out for coffee rather than taking them out for a restaurant, a fancy restaurant, whatever, right? I mean, for me personally, I don't think, I mean, people can have their own opinion about this, and maybe it's not popular what I think, but people can have their own opinion about this. But I think, if you're gonna date someone and have them date you, I mean, does it really matter if they take you for coffee or if they take you out on an expensive dinner date? I mean, personally for me, yes, I love dinner dates for sure. And the nicer the restaurant, obviously, yes, that would be very nice, right? And there's nothing wrong with that if your man or woman or whatever takes you out on a date, and maybe it's the man who always pays, right? But if you're a lesbian couple, maybe the woman pays. But anyway, well, obviously there's two women. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So I mean, if you're gonna be taking someone out on a date, and you're worried about what kind of dinner they're getting you. I mean, yes, true. You want to have a good dinner, and some people would love to have expensive dinners all the time. Maybe that's their ideal thing, or at least on the first date, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting a good dinner, and there's nothing wrong with wanting expensive dinners. And some people, that's what they get all the time, and they don't even have to question it because that's what they get all the time. And there's nothing wrong with that, and it's a good thing, I mean, personally, I like expensive restaurants. But I think, if you're going to go out on a date with someone and they take you out for coffee, like Gina Hendricks is a dating guru, and she gives advice about dating. So Gina Hendricks, GinaHendrix, dating, E. I don't know what else her name is. Dating E. I'm not sure what else it says here, but dating advice or dating. I'm not sure. Gina Hendricks. Anyway, Gina Hendricks dating, right? Anyway, she's on TikTok, right? So, in general, yes. I mean, you want the expensive dinner. You want something nice, right? Who doesn't, right? And if you go out with a guy on a date and he buys you coffee or he buys you whatever, it's up to you. If you don't like that, then don't date him, right? But I think in general, personally for me, I don't eat a lot. And I mean, if my man or woman, maybe if I'm paying or they're paying or whatever, but if I'm dating a man and they're paying, or I'm paying, whatever, I personally don't want to have too many dinners. I mean, I do like dinner, fancy dinners, of course, love it very much. Obviously, to be able to afford it would be really nice, right? I never really go to fancy dinners. I mean, once I get famous, I'll definitely go on a fancy dinner. But, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily on a first date to buy a fancy dinner. And the reason why I say that, not because I think it's bad or anything, the reason why I say that is because sometimes I just want to go for a low-key dinner and like something really small because I'm on a diet or trying to lose weight, right? But like I said, I mean, personally for me, as long as, I mean, if somebody is buying dinner at some point, maybe they're dating you, I mean, I think she makes a good point too, like she's saying like the first date, right? But, I mean, at the end of the day, can you really tell if a man is no good based on him taking you on a coffee run on the first day? Maybe yes, maybe no, right? Who knows, right? Anyway, thank you so much. I mean, it's up to you how you interpret it, right? I mean, personally for me, I mean, even if we just went on a hike all day, I would be happy with that, right? Like hiking with him all day, or her, or whatever, and no one buying any dinners whatsoever. Personally, that's fine by me, right? I love hiking, right? I don't need to have fancy dinners every time I go out. And I think, I think when they talk about first date fancy dinner, great, why not, right? But let's say you go on 5 first dates and they all buy you fancy dinners, right? And you do that in the course of 2 weeks, right? You're getting like 5 fancy dinners, which is nothing wrong with that if you like fancy dinners. Maybe they have small portions of fancy dinner, I don't know. But, I just find that that's too much, really. But I think the point she's trying to make is that if you're going out with a guy or a girl and they're buying you dinner, if it's a guy usually that buys dinner for the girl or whatever, or if whatever your type of relationship is, and they're buying you dinner, I think obviously the idea that they can afford to buy you a fancy dinner is more important, and that they would buy you fancy dinner, but leaving it up to you to choose, right? Having the choice of getting a fancy dinner is priceless, right? Anyway, thank you guys so much. I gotta run to the